Hi, how y'all doing? It is Sunday, April 13th, about 10 minutes to 11 p.m. as of recording this video. I did a video a couple hours ago, the weekend update, what's been going on, problems I've had, ranting a little bit about my ex-wife, mentioning a possible scammer trying to use me as a vehicle to scam people out of money on GoFundMe. Very briefly talking about my eye surgery tomorrow. Run-of-the-mill stuff, you know. I don't rant or talk about my ex-wife all that often. I have more so in the past couple of weeks than usual because she has been absolutely shit to me over the past couple of weeks. She has gone out of her way to make me feel like total shit, to belittle me and demean me and try to make me feel insignificant as Joey's father. So yeah, I talk about those things because, you know, this channel I started and maintain to find support for my GoFundMe link, my GoFundMe page, my campaign. And I also use this channel upon occasion to vent, because it helps me more to vent to no one in particular rather than vent to people I know that are going to, you know, try to blow sunshine up my ass, like my folks or, you know, my friend. Like I've said before, sometimes, you know, you just need to be heard and not responded to. Or just acknowledged. But, you know, the folks and the best friend, you know, they're always so deeply on your side. They always, you know, try to, you know, make you feel better. They always, especially my folks, you know, talk down on, you know, the ex or whatever is going on in my life that's stressing me out. Sometimes just need to talk to people, or no one in particular, you know, that's just going to say, I understand, you know, that sucks, but I'm here and I hear you. And that's all. So with that being said, I made this video and then waited to talk to my son. You know, I posted the video, talked to my son a little while after, and then I finished what I call the buttoning up process of my house, buttoning up my household for the night. You know, I made my coffee for the next day, so all I got to do is go downstairs in the morning and hit the button. I you know, washed the few dishes that I had in the sink that I still had to do, you know, clean this up, clean that up, put the dogs out to go potty for the end of the night, so hopefully they don't do it in the house in the middle of the night. My little dog Sally, Miss Toot Toot, she's getting up there in years. She is very much a senior citizen, geriatric. She's a little old lady. She can't hold it as long as she used to. So I put down excuse me. I do not feel good. I put down puppy pads every night in certain areas where she has a tendency to go. And she's almost always super good about going on those pads, so I don't really have a mess to clean up in the morning. Just pick up the pad, throw it away. And I'm listening to a spooky stories, ghost stories, creepy creatures video by one of my favorite channels on here, Darkness Prevails. I discovered him way back, years and years ago. 2013, 2014, maybe early 2015. I was working for Terminex, I know. That's when I discovered him. And, he's going stronger than ever. Love his videos. Love his stories. I was listening to that, wind down. And my phone would ding periodically. I do not get audible notifications when someone comments on a video. There'll be a, notification in my drop-down bar, and it will stay there unless, the drop-down bar fills up with other YouTube notifications, then they'll disappear. But I don't get a ding, so, I'll check to see if I got any comments. Was also checking to see what the dings were, and I noticed I was getting several comments that were not run-of-the-mill comments. I had 4 of these type of comments, 3 or 4. And one person agreeing with one of the other comments, I had one usual comment, from a longtime follower now that she's always very sweet and nice, and I always appreciate her and most of my commenters. These handles I did not recognize. And so that tells me that they're either very new to my channel, or maybe they are subscribers. I didn't check to see if they were subscribers. I don't immediately go and dig into you when you say something that irritates me. But they very clearly have not watched many of my videos. Very clearly. And I've noticed, I looked back at some of my, videos from the past week, and most of them barely breach, 200 views. I have, last time I checked, probably less now, 806 subscribers. So, got all these subscribers, but only a quarter of them are watching my videos. So that's probably another reason why, I don't get a lot of traction, why my GoFundMe campaign doesn't really go very far beyond people that have already donated, because people just aren't watching my videos, and I don't know what to do about that, Can't make y'all watch my videos. But it does beg the question, am I getting anywhere with this? Almost a year, 8 months, 8-9 months I've had this channel going, this campaign going, and I'm just barely over 800 subscribers, and of that 800 subscribers, only 25% of them are actually watching most of my videos. So am I even doing anything worthwhile here? I don't know. But anyway, one commenter said that they understood my position, but maybe throw up a trigger warning next time. Now, I've made this last video private because I don't need people piling on, attacking me and defending someone that they have no idea about beyond what I come on here and say, so you kind of have to take my word. Attacking me when I'm venting about the problems that my ex-wife has caused me, when I'm venting about, the fact that she does her very best to make me feel like total shit, treats me like shit, talks to me like shit, tries to belittle me at every turn. When I try to offer her real advice on, things with Joey, because things between her and Joey are not that good, she laughs at me and says, "No, I'm not going to do what you say. I'm just going to laugh at you." She tells me I'm nothing. She tells me that I can't provide anything. I don't matter. And, first of all, I got people coming on here and telling me that I'm wrong for, venting about that shit. Nah, don't work that way. But I said some, not horrible things. Said she had a fat ass. And not in the good way, as the young people say nowadays. That, she very unhealthy, doesn't take care of herself. No lie. I had somebody ask me for a trigger warning next time. Throw up a trigger warning next time. I don't do trigger warnings. I will admit, I do trigger warnings when I show my stump. Because I know that there are people out there that are legitimately bothered by viewing an amputation, even if it's all healed up. So I will let you know when I'm going to show my stump before I show my stump. But I was born in 1983. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And I guess I'm from the last generation that, pardon my French, does not give a fuck about words. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And I frankly don't understand the concept of grown adults that need trigger warnings for words. If you can't handle words, that, my friend, is a you problem, not a me problem. And the only thing I've got to say is toughen up, Buttercup, because the world at large does not care about your feelings. Grow a thicker skin. That's what we all had to do. I'm not modern Joe. I'm not simp, milquetoast, cuckold Joe. I'm old-fashioned Joe. When I talk, from my heart, from my gut. I talk real talk from me. This is who I am, coming to you, not live, because I don't know how to do lives on here, but coming to you on my channel. And I'm not going to change me to suit you. This is my channel, not your channel. I would not come on your channel if you had one and try to tell you how to conduct yourself. I have been on channels before where I very highly disagreed with some of the content, and I actually unsubscribed and left the channel. The only thing I can tell you, if you're that upset about something I said, you know, there is the door, my friend. I'm not mad at you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you the way it is. I'm not going to change me to suit you. I'm not going to alter me to suit you. I'm me. I am who I am. And if you don't like that, don't hang. You know, that's best way I can describe it. You know, it's the realest way I can tell you. If you don't like what I got to say, don't be here, because I'm not going to change what I say, how I say, or, you know, for anybody. There are already a few topics that I feel very strongly about, but I don't talk about on my channel, because there are such hot button issues and the world is so polarized today. We cannot, you know, walk up, hi, how you doing, shake hands, this is me, this is what I think, feel, and believe. Well, this is me, this is what I think, feel, and believe. I disagree with you. Let's talk about it, you know. And in the discussion, either somebody is a little bit more enlightened, or you can both end the discussion saying, yeah, no, I don't care for it, I still disagree with you. We can agree to disagree and then go have a beer afterwards. That's the kind of person I am. That's the generation I come from. And I'm not going to change that for people that can't handle it. If you can't handle it, don't be here. That's all I got to say about that. There were a couple other comments, you know, telling me that I shouldn't disparage my wife. I shouldn't, you know, drag my wife down. I'm always dragging my wife down. I'm always talking bad about her, and I shouldn't be doing that. My son's going to see these videos and it's going to be bad for me. Somebody answering one of those comments saying, yeah, he's really angry. Hope he gets over her, you know, some stupid shit like that. I'm sorry it was stupid shit. Because, yeah, I'm a bit angry, you know, with my ex-wife. Because she destroyed my life. She destroyed her son's life. You know, she caused him an awful lot of trauma. Caused me an awful lot of trauma. She tried to take everything from me when I was at my lowest. She blamed me for having cancer. She blamed me for having a ruined heart. Like I was, you know, jumping up and down a line saying, I'll take the stage 4 cancer, I want that. I'll take the ruined heart, I want that. Not how it went down, but that's how she perceives it. And she's a medical professional, she should know better. I'm over her to the extent that I'm going to be over her. There's things that I'm not going to ever get over. This was the love of my life. And that's something else that y'all youngins nowadays don't seem to understand. When you love somebody more than you have the capacity to love yourself, it shatters your entire world when that person screws you over, when that person betrays you. When I spoke my vows, I meant them. They meant something to me. They didn't mean shit to her. They don't mean shit to a lot of people nowadays. It's just words. No. Nay. It's a lot more than words. It is to me. And while I never claimed to have been the best husband in the world, I wasn't that bad. In fact, I was a pretty damn good husband. I was the victim of nature's chance and circumstance beyond my control. But I ate shovel loads of shit from her for years, and I did fight for my case now and again. I tried to fight for us, and but I never got out of hand. I would have never, ever, 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 not for anything, raised my hand against her. She physically tried to attack me 3 times. I wasn't perfect, but she was a really shit wife. And she's not much better as far as a mom. And that's the truth. And if you don't like that when I say that, sorry, don't be here. I get a feeling that some of these comments were coming from people that say you can't talk bad about women because women. That is not me. I treat everybody fairly and equally. That includes the saying, equal rights, equal fights, ladies. If you give me a reason to, say something negative about you, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to hold it. I'm not going to hold my tongue because you're a woman. It's not going to happen. I treat everyone fairly, men and women. So when my wife does something, my ex-wife does something or says something that really bothers me and gets to me, and it's something I need to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm going to be real. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to pretend that she's made out of rainbow sparkles and unicorn farts, because she's not. She's not. And the fact that she's a woman does not, earn her the right to never have anything bad said about her. It's not something I do a lot. Again, if you have watched a lot of my videos, you would know that. I have done it a lot more here lately because every other interaction I have with her, she gives me a reason to need to vent. And, maybe if she would try to be a little bit of a decent person for a change, I wouldn't have so much to say about her. You ever think about it like that? If you are, one or a couple of those that is got your panties all in a bunch because I said something bad about my ex-wife because she's a woman, you're not going to think about that, and nothing I've said in this video is going to alter your perception of the situation, because it's all going to go through your filter, and you're going to come back with a reason why I'm the bad guy when you have no idea. I made that video private, like I said. I will probably do another video tomorrow explaining the other things that I talked about in that video. I made that video private because I don't need my channel to fill up with people attacking me just for, my opinion on what goes on in my own fucking life. That's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. So, I didn't block anybody. The guy that wanted the trigger warning, intimated that he was leaving because I was being argumentative with him, which I was not. I don't know how y'all assume that just because I, try to, more clearly make my case when y'all clearly misunderstand what I'm talking about or how I'm talking about it, that becomes argumentative. It's like you can come on here and get in my comments section and tell me what you think, and when I, clarify that, no, you're kind of wrong, or, well, I'm sorry you think that way, but that's not the way it is, that's not me, I'm argumentative. Again, my channel, Old Fashioned Joe. This is Joe's World. I don't tell nobody what to say or do, but I don't, treat people special, and I don't do trigger warnings. Not for words. Sticks and stones, folks. Sticks and stones. And maybe I'll catch a bunch of flack on this video too, who knows. But I felt that I needed to make this video. I'm not angry, but I am incensed that, I do the same thing I always do. I talk about my feelings and what's going on in my life. And suddenly I got a bunch of people that I've never seen their handles before telling me why I'm wrong. Nah. No. I'm going to do it nice and respectfully, but I'm also not going to treat you with kid gloves. I'm an adult. I expect you to be an adult. Again, my videos aren't for kids. Kids don't watch my videos. My son doesn't watch my videos. He's not allowed to. I expect to be dealing with adults, and if you don't agree with that, like I said, there is a door. For the rest of you, I hope you all had a great weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.